Absolutely. All right, Anthony, let's talk about sports. I know you're a coach, 25 plus years, I think, if memory serves me correct. So talk to me about what we're seeing out there when it comes to guidelines or guidance for, for our sports teams and what this fall will look like.
Well, the biggest problem is last week, State Ed rolled out this document that basically said you shouldn't have high risk sports if you're in a area of high transmission, which of course the whole state seems to be in an area of high transmission now. The problem is that it doesn't seem like State Ed, and we saw this with the governor last year, they don't talk to anybody in the athletic space. So they come up with these crazy rules and they don't understand athletics, and it's frustrating as an athletic director, as a longtime coach to watch this. We have some great people in our space, local athletic directors, people at the state level that are terrific. You need to include these folks in the conversation. You have a soccer that's considered a medium risk, but volleyball is high risk because it's indoors. When there's way more contact in soccer than there is volleyball. Football's in the middle there. So I'm not sure where they're going to go with this. I know a couple of sections have already said they're not going to abide by that. They're going to move forward with sports. And personally, I think that's what we need to do. I think that these kids lost so much last year of their experience as kids. We just had summer leagues and everything else going on all summer. We need to try to roll this out. Now, if in a month all hell breaks loose and the numbers are going up, well, then you got to revisit it. I totally understand that because I was one of the people that didn't think we were ready for sports last year. But I do think you need to move forward now. And I think those in charge really need to include athletic directors and coaches in the conversation that are going to help understand the best way to mitigate and to keep the numbers down.
And how did we do in the spring, right? I know that some of those fall sports got shifted. Was it a success?
Spring was okay. Spring was pretty much okay, but every sport was outside in the spring. Our basketball team, which I coach, played 2 games and we got shut down for the year. So it really depends on the sport. But remember, basketball was being played when numbers were extremely high. In the spring, you were outside more. A couple teams went down, but it wasn't the same thing. Numbers were going down. People were being vaccinated. This Delta variant's going to change everything because, if someone catches it and they have it on a bus, there's a good chance the whole team's going to catch it. And then you get into the vaccination piece. They want the kids vaccinated, which is fine if that's where we're going to end up going eventually, but we're not there yet. I just think at this point, we need to try to open things as normal as possible. And then as they happen, once again, roll with the punches and modify things accordingly. And I think that's the best route to go right now.
All right, let's